Liam, sometimes, you know, when you reach the third movie in a franchise, things are winding down. What's the secret to keeping it fresh, and what makes Taken 3, you know, on par or better than the prior films?
What keeps it fresh? Well, you'd have to ask Luc Besson and Robert Mark Kamen, the writers. But I think a lot of thought went into this third one. I wasn't interested in doing another Taken movie where someone gets kidnapped yet again. And they took that to heart, and I think they came up with a very, very strong storyline, and they were able to introduce a very, very exciting kind of alter ego character that Forrest brilliantly plays, this detective.
Yeah, obviously, you know, there's been 2 films. You're joining that kind of this family unit.
Right.
What was it like jumping in, you know, with these guys who've all been together for a few years now?
I was excited because I love the franchise. I like Takens. And I think that I felt, you know, embraced by that situation. I mean, I felt like it was a great group to join with some great actors. I mean, I knew we would be doing some things together and a lot, but that this is a great actor and I would be able to play across from in some kind of interesting way. So it was like, it's an amazing opportunity.
Can you guys talk about the action sequences? I mean, you know, I'm sure you've both been a part of so many. Does it get easier over time, or is it harder over time?
It only gets harder if the action sequence, if you need a week to shoot it, and for whatever reasons they only say we can only give you 3 days, that can become dangerous and hard. And I don't know that you ever get used to it because there's always different permutations and combinations with these sequences, you know?
They're pretty big action. I don't really feel that there was too short because it's pretty elaborate.
Yeah. They allowed time for the stuff that happens in Taken 3.
Now I'm sure you get this a lot, is Bryan Mills retired officially now, or?
I think he is. Yeah. I mean, it's funny, all the journalists seem to ask us that, and I really don't see too many openings for a Taken 4, but listen, you never know.
And finally, I have to ask you, I'm a huge Key and Peele fan.
Oh,
I love their sketches about
They're
you.
funny guys.
What was your initial reaction to that? What do you think of just the adoration they have for you?
Somebody sent it to me a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, this spiel they do as the 2 guys outside the restaurant.
Yeah.
I've never seen that kind of chemistry for many, many years. There was a British duo called Morecambe and Wise, you know, funny guy and a straight guy, that were huge in Britain. And these 2 guys, Key and Peele, have you seen them first?
Yeah.
God, they're fantastic. They just think for each other, you know what I mean?
And of course, they got you to join them once.
I was chuffed, very, very chuffed. And they just go off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great.
Brilliant.
So I have to ask, a few years ago when you guys were making the first Taken, could you have imagined that we'd be here all these years later talking about Taken 3?
Never.
And it's much more than a few years ago at this point,
It
too.
was,
But
yeah.
yes.
9 years ago.
Was it?
Yes, almost.
Wow.
And we could have never guessed. We were just hoping it would get released properly. Like, we loved the movie.
Yeah.
But it was this beautiful kind of indie feeling French action movie that just beat a great director and a great, you know, Luc Besson. But we didn't know. I mean,
No, and it was released in Europe before it came to
Right.
America,
Yeah.
and we had no idea.
we were like fingers crossed it gets a proper release. And thank
Yeah.
God they rolled it out beautifully and had a great trailer. But we just didn't know.
Then the second
then-
one opened huge, like
Yeah.
a
Well,
massive
the
opening.
first one wasn't that bad either
No,
in
it
terms
was
of how
really
it did.
good.
Yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, the second one was incredible too. So now fingers crossed on the third.
Is there pressure now that you know that each one has successfully gotten more, you know, successful?
Say that fast 3 times.
No.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you had told me, you know, back on the first one on set that you and I would be sitting here today, I would be like, really?
What does it make that makes the franchise endure so long?
I think having this actor's actor at the center that's such an unexpected action hero, and he has so much heart and compassion and just gravitas, and things don't come so lightly. And, you know, I think a lot of action heroes are kind of hit their mark and shoot things, and, you know, that things come too easily. And Liam's just, he's Liam.
He's a total pro.
And then he goes, you know, out on a limb. I mean, with no limitations as to what he will do to protect his family. And that's what everybody wants to see.
And for you, I mean, you know, obviously there's a bit of an early exit for you in this film. I don't think that's a spoiler.
Not at all. It's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget.
Was that sort of sad experience, or did you feel like it was the right thing?
No, I think it was really the right thing for the movie, and I think somebody had to take that bullet. I'm happy it was me. I think that it's, you know, to have somebody else be taken again in the third one would have really just not been as exciting as this, which gives it much more emotional weight. When he goes and tries to avenge the death of his ex-wife, who he's just become closer to again.
And Maggie, your character gets tougher with every film. What are the chances that we see Kim take over the family business, so to speak?
The family business.
If it's a kind of a family business at this point.
I think, you know, she is her father's daughter, but I think what's great about these films is that it's not a family business. It's truly this primal thing that everyone feels, and that I feel, even though I'm not really an action movie goer generally, I'm so compelled by the idea of, you know, fighting for my family and protecting my family. And, you know, I can't imagine what it's like to be a parent, but even my baby sister just had a baby, and I've never felt more connected to my sister and protective, and, you know, would just do any. I mean, it's something that I think we all relate to,
Yeah.
and there's such an emotional core to these films, which is really different, and I think makes them stand out.